All right. Great. So now we have editing down. Destroying is the same as editing, except it's easier. So I'm just not going to do it. I hope that's okay. Do you guys know how to delete something?
Yeah.
Would you like me to do it? I'll do it. All right, I'll do it.
Let's see how fast you can do it.
All right.
Probably no questions.
Field no questions.
No one can interrupt except for someone.
I'm sorry, I just pulled the project that my group is working on out there, and all of a sudden it looks like this. Right?
That's really nice.
It's a restaurant review app.
I know.
What happens if you get a wow?
Yeah, right. None.
She created the code you wrote down.
This is technical. Okay, that should do it. Sure. Damn it. Alright, screw the yellow keg.
Under 10 seconds.
Alright, so the yellow keg is gone. Hooray. There's no confirmation, which we can do with...
We can totally do it. That was good.
Let's just make everything in Ajax.
Everything? No, let's do it the easy way.
Okay, well, real
Yeah.
quick, let's wrap up. So that's 2.5 hours on making a CRUD app from start to finish.
Do that 5 times more, and you'll get faster.
Yeah, so if you kind of take this approach to just everything, all the apps that you're going to start making, like CRUD is actually kind of a cool way to lay out what you're going to do. Create something, read something, update something, destroy something. Like it's all in order. That's what R stands for, right? Read?
Yeah.
Great.
Render.
So yeah, it's the biggest thing is it's very time consuming, and knowing where all the parts fit in is important. So hopefully this will be a little helpful. I know we got off topic a lot, but when I put this up on YouTube, I'll put little markers for like where everything is happening, so you don't have to spend 2.5 hours watching us talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, does anyone have any big questions that they were holding in? So this, when we call update, it takes parameters. So like, it's when you call update, it's going to look and see, well, what does selected keg have? What attributes does selected keg have? And we're just saying, all right, take this brand attribute and set it to this new value.
It's just a different way of writing a hash.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as writing :brand hash rocket trans brand. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, update takes a hash as an argument.
Just like create.
Right. Yeah. Same idea. Anyone else have a question? No.
What?
Okay, does anyone want to see really simple JavaScript with this, or are you all tapped out?
Would not say no to JavaScript.
Okay. So we're just gonna... What should we do, Celine?
Oh man, I was thinking maybe like an alert window.
Okay.
Like
easy enough.
really simple JavaScript. Technically not foolproof because if the request doesn't go through, it still pops up. But
yeah. Where did we put it?
What's the button called? The button doesn't have a name.
Button doesn't have a name.
Well,
the form, we would have to target the form, I think.
Yeah, you could target the button. You could say like on click button, on click, but then I would do it on every button.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess you'd have to target the form. But the form doesn't have a name either.
So let's give the form an ID.
And another thing we could do, since it's just so little JavaScript, is we could just put it on this page.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
In a script tag.
Yep.
Ah.
I'm just gonna give these things. What is it?
But then we'd have to require the jQuery library.
It should already be there.
Is it in the head?
Yeah. So the most important thing. We didn't talk about layouts at all, did we? So what is a layout? Does anyone know? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so your layout page is where all of your ERB files are funneled into when they're rendered. So like this page, is behind and framing every single one of our ERBs. You can change that with like layout false, but we're not going to do that for now. So this is where you would put all of your like script requirements. Yeah,
Script
we know.
requirements.
Script requirements. So like jQuery would go here. Your application.js file would go here, and this is where you would normally put all of your JavaScript. You wouldn't want to put it directly on your ERB, right? So actually, let's do it. Let's do it that way.
Let's do it the good way.
Yeah, because it already also has the document ready function. So we're gonna use jQuery, which is just a library, a JavaScript library, essentially.
The syntax is just a little bit different looking from regular JavaScript.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the $signs. But the jQuery library has really amazing documentation. We've been here for far too long.
I think the projector is giving up.
I think it fell asleep. It was like, cool, no one's here anymore.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, the jQuery library has really fantastic documentation online. So if you get bored, you can just read the documentation and discover new methods, which is awesome. Yeah.
So jQuery operates, this document.ready function is basically like when the HTML is done loading, when everything is on the page, then your jQuery will go through your document. You can assign event listeners and handlers to like be attached to HTML elements. And that's kind of the point of jQuery, is interaction. So to select something, you just use like a CSS target, like selector, essentially. So we have this ID, and we want to target delete form. How would we, like, what would we type in here? If we were just trying to, like, if we were writing a CSS file, how would I target this form? Yeah. So we could just do form, right? But that would target every single form.
Mm-hmm.
So we want that specific form. So it would just be delete form. And then now we want to find out when it's submitted, right? Like when a submit happens, like when that submit button is executed and that request is sent through your document, we want something to happen. So it's literally just .on submit.
You can actually do dot submit.
True.
This jQuery is magic.
Isn't that? I thought that was deprecated. I thought it was moving over to all dots.
It might, yeah.
But let's just do it.
I used it a lot. I didn't know it was deprecated.
I don't. For some reason, I remember someone saying that.
Yeah.
But
that wouldn't surprise me.
we can still just do function in here, right? Yeah. Cool.
So basically, we want something to happen when the submit button is clicked. The method.submit takes care of that for us. It's basically a shortcut to another method that's it's called onClick. It's a longer version in which you would basically write dot onClick parentheses quote submit, and this is just kind of easy to read. But so we've already got that part. We're telling jQuery that we want something to happen when you click the submit button on the delete form. But what should happen? I like that idea.
Yeah.
It's nice and simple. Let's do it.
All right. So what is it? Just alert, right? Alert. What do we want our alert to say? Yeah, right?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that's a great idea. We could do a confirm
We could do it.
instead of an alert.
What would an alert be?
An alert is just a pop-up window with like a little OK on it. Confirm is the pop-up window that has yes or cancel on it. And basically when you press the yes button, it returns true. When you press the cancel button, it returns false.
All right. So should we see what happened?
Let's see what happens. False, so it'll
We don't
still
have
go
to.
through.
Ah!
Well, why can't we do that in Ruby? Why
Ah, wow, it's such a great question.
That's a good question.
Okay. So where does Ruby get processed
Oh,
in the grand scheme of the web? Right, exactly. Ruby gets processed in Ruby land. You'll hear that a lot in the next week.
Yeah.
On the server, which is on the server. The server is in South Carolina, somewhere in a big room of overheated computers, much like this. Yeah. I mean, it could be anywhere. There are server farms all over the world. But, where does JavaScript get processed? No.
The jQuery.
It gets processed,
on your computer.
Yes.
I literally
more specifically,
made that up.
your browser.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah. So if Ruby is what is commonly referred to as the back end of the server side. JavaScript happens most of the time on what is more commonly referred to as the client side, which is the browser. Which is why JavaScript can do that and Ruby can't, because
it's interacting with your
Exactly.
browser, so the browser pops up that instead of the Ruby popping
Right.
that up as a new window.
Yeah.
Ruby doesn't know how to talk to the browser to say, hey, make a mini window for me. Ruby and the browser don't speak the same language. That's why you have to use ERB and tags in order to communicate what's in your Ruby variables to the browser.
So now when we click delete, we get a little thingy. And if we click cancel, I think it's still going to
It'll
delete
still
it.
delete. Yeah, it's not a
So-
super effective confirm right now.
So let's just click OK. Great. And there it goes.
Ta-da. So yeah, the long version of that is once you guys learn Ajax, you can prevent the default event, which in this case is sending a request back to the server. So you can prevent that default event, and then if the confirm window comes back with true, make an Ajax call back to the server, and go through whatever you normally would. And if it comes back as false, just don't do anything.
And that also lets you not have to reload the whole page, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope it was helpful.
Reviews are awesome.
We
But
know you're busy,
yeah.
so
It is our pleasure.
Super fun.
Literally, now I know I don't have to do